10:29 in the morning, and the first Tuesday of the month means it's time for us to check in with what's happening in this month's Topics magazine. That is the monthly publication from AmCham, and here to discuss with us is the editor-in-chief, Don Shapiro. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Terry.
Now, the cover of the magazine this month features a story titled Upgrading Industry. Now, we talked about the 5 pillars identified by President Ma in what he called the 5 pillars for building Taiwan's future. Now, is this kind of related in any way?
Yeah, last month we talked about what Ma used as his first pillar, which was liberalizing trade, and upgrading industry is the second pillar that he mentioned. So this is actually the second installment of what will be 5 articles looking at the different aspects of his program.
And what particular industries or specific industries are being targeted for the upgrading of trade and industry?
Yeah, well, I think maybe just to give you a little background first, I think Ma is promoting this program because a lot of experts think that Taiwan's traditional manufacturing business model, which to oversimplify has been to offer better quality than China for lower prices than Japan or the West, that business model has pretty much run its course. Profit margins are very thin. The competition is getting tougher. So these experts believe that Taiwan companies need to move up the value chain, and the government is looking for ways to help them add value for their customers, for example, by combining more service components with the product so they can command better prices. And as for the particular industries you asked about, one of the most promising is machinery manufacturing, where Taiwan already has a very strong foundation. And instead of just selling basic models of machines, the idea would be to do more customizing of the product to better fit the customer's specific needs, and perhaps even to monitor the operation of the machine remotely after installation.
Now, out of curiosity, and I don't mean to digress from the topic here, but hasn't sort of the change in economy here in Taiwan been in place for a while, moving from sort of a manufacturing economy to more of a research and development or a technology economy? Isn't this sort of already in place, or is it not in place to the extent that Taiwan needs for its future?
I think you're right that there has been movement in that direction, but a lot more still needs to be done.
Right. Now, what's this Hidden Champions? I'm not familiar with this aspect of the program. Maybe you can kind of explain for us what that means.
Yeah, so that the upgrading effort can have the most impact, the government plan is to identify 100 companies that are already performing quite well, but aren't necessarily very well known, therefore the name Hidden Champions, and to help them develop to reach their potential as global players. The help might be in the form of financing or technology or marketing or whatever, depending on what the particular company needs. And this project is just now getting started. They're just beginning to select these companies.
Okay, and this is featured in the issue as well, so either the companies or what they're going to do?
Yeah, we mentioned a few of the initial selections.
Okay, all right, good. What else can we find in the issue this month, Don?
Well, we have a report on Taiwan's hope to promote itself as a center for medical tourism. The focus is now being adjusted to aim at patients from China as the major target. And our industry focus this month is on the transportation sector, looking at the aviation market, at the continued expansion of the Taipei MRT network, and at the growing trend by taxi drivers to affiliate with satellite fleets to increase their operating efficiency.
Okay, excellent. Just back to the medical industry as you're talking about, and maybe you can confirm it for me or not, but there seems to be a rise in people coming from overseas, particularly China, here for cosmetic surgery. Is that kind of touched on in the article at all?
Yeah, so that's one of the fields where Taiwan has a competitive edge. There are people who come just to have a comprehensive physical exam done, which they can do more cheaply here and probably with better facilities.
Right.
And there also are certain surgical operations where Taiwan could be quite competitive.
All right, excellent. Okay, now where can we find the Topics magazine, Don?
Well, it should be found in the magazine section of most of the leading bookstores. That includes the Sleet, Kingstone, and Caves chains, also page 1 in the Taipei 101 Mall. It's also available on a subscription basis if you contact the AmCham office. And it's also possible to read the articles online at the AmCham website. The address is www.amcham.com.tw.
Excellent, Don. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning. We'll look forward to speaking with you on the first Thursday of next month. And is it safe to assume that sort of the third pillar of President Ma's plan is going to be touched on upon in the next issue?
You guessed right, and that happens to be energy security, a hot topic these days.
Excellent. Well, not much gets by me, Don.
Right.
I got to tell you.
Talk to you next month.
Thanks, Don. 10:35 in the morning.